Well, we are embarking on our first trip longer than 10-15 minutes. Okay, we got no trailer, so we're doing first trip, no trailer. This is an hour each way. And then we'll give her a little romp for you guys. That's half throttle. I love it. Oh, it drives so good. So anyway, first trip, no trailer, hour each way. Second trip will be with the open trailer, an hour and a half each way. And then ideally the third trip would be the enclosed trailer, more risk basically with each, adding a trailer and then bigger trailer. So anyway, I'll keep you guys updated on how this trip goes. Temps are holding steady, went up to 194 as I've been cruising at 70. Seems like it's kind of speed dependent. So I'm trying to make sure I stay at this speed for a while so I can make sure it doesn't keep climbing, but it doesn't seem like it's going to. Definitely need to put a taller gear in it, ideally, because we're at 2250 basically at like 71, 72. So, I'd rather be like 1900 or so at this speed. But yeah, anyway. Oh no, what is that? Reduced engine power. It says reduced engine power. I was about to tell you guys we're most of the way there, but now the Ford is worried that doing something, it's reducing my engine power. But that's not the Cummins. All right, well, reduced engine power went away. I am still getting this cleaning exhaust filter thing. But yeah, so the check engine light is here to stay. There's just no way to get it to go away completely with the swap, which doesn't really bother me. Everything seems all right, man. And we're getting pretty close. We're towards the end of our journey, and I'm going 75 now. So I'm gonna see what the temps look like doing 75. I'll try to. We're catching up to traffic. But yeah, 2300 RPM-ish at 75. Now we gotta slow down. Catching up. I hate driving a truck that's like screaming RPM-wise on the highway. I mean, 2300 really isn't that bad. I gotta figure out what rear gear this has. And what it should be at, make sure it is in overdrive and all of that stuff sorted, and if this is just the RPM it is, which I'm pretty sure it is, decide if I want to spend the money to change the gear or not, kind of figure out what the optimal RPM is towing on the highway. But 194 hasn't gone up. We've been doing 75 for a bit now, so yeah, we're almost there. Well, we made it, boys. No problems. Still running, idling, cooling down with the AC on. That's a big thing for me. My green truck, my gas truck, if you try to run it with the AC on, it starts getting hot because the condenser gets too hot. It was hazing a bit before, and I guess it's still a little bit. But Matt, who tuned it, told me, it just needs some pulls with load from having the head on and off and stuff, and it'll clear up, and it's pretty much like almost completely cleared up. So he nailed it on everything about this truck, man. So sweet. Well, obviously I have to drive it home, but we're halfway there. Well, we got the truck hooked up to the trailer with the LS Miata. We got drift tires, gas cans. We're going on the first official trip with the Fummins build. It's about an hour and a half each way, so it's gonna be really our first true test tow with the truck to see how it does. I have made an hour trip just without the trailer. Things went good. So again, this is gonna be the first one with the trailer. So we're going drifting as well. Obviously, that's why we got the car on the trailer. So that should be a lot of fun. But yeah, wish me luck. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Made it out to OSW. Car is unloaded and ready. Truck did incredibly well, not a single issue. Temps were good, everything was good. The only issue or problem was I wish the RPMs were a little lower on the highway. So I am gonna be putting bigger tires on it. These are like 32 basically, and I'm gonna have, well, like 35s basically. So I think that definitely should drop the RPM some. I'm gonna wait till I do that and tow the big trailer to decide if I wanna change the gearing. It's a 410 gear. So anyway, I don't know, I gotta drive it more, but with the open trailer and these tires, it's like it has so much power, it doesn't need to be that high in the RPM, like cruising, like it just goes. So that's really the only negative that I've found so far. So don't want to speak too soon, so I gotta make the drive home. But anyway, we're gonna go drive now. Drift drive, so let's get to it. I changed spring rate. I changed to a 5K in the rear. It feels different now. Like before, I feel like it might have had a little more mechanical grip, but it was so like on and off. Whereas now with the 5K, it's a lot smoother and more consistent grip. Good comparison. This makes it really easy to compare that we're driving essentially the same car, different tires, same amount of laps, to really see which one, like how the tires hold up. I haven't had really a good tandem run yet. We made it back home with the Fummins build. I didn't do a great job filming the driving because on the way there, I was watching the gauges like a hawk to make sure everything was good. And on the way back, it was dark. But on the way back, I forced myself to turn the gauge around. When you have gauges, at least for me, like I can't help but look at them every few seconds, especially on like something that's not super proven and tested. And that's a good thing in a sense, but like, I don't know, it'll drive you crazy. Oh, it moved up 2 degrees. Oh, it went down. Okay, we're good. You know, I don't like that feeling. So anyway, everything went flawlessly. The truck runs at the same temp. It holds the temp perfectly fine. EGTs looked good. I only have a post-turbo EGT, like the factory one right now. I got to get one in the manifold, but I mean, everything seemed good. Everything worked good. The truck drove great. The tires definitely need to be balanced. It had a shake past like 72, 73. I did also hook up my radar detector to see if my speedo was off, because in theory it should be based on the tire size I have versus the stock tires, and it is off. So that makes the whole gearing thing a little bit better. So when I thought I was going 70, I was actually going 73. So that would actually really be 6 miles an hour more with the bigger tires, which would be like 80, and that's pretty much puts us in the sweet spot, I think, gearing wise, once we have the bigger wheels and tires on there, especially when we're towing the big trailer. Obviously this is a little open trailer. It has more than enough power to tow that at pretty much any RPM, so it's kind of a hard comparison. So now that we've got that journey out of the way, I really want to see kind of what it feels like with the big trailer, and we're gonna load the car in it too, really get the full experience. So let me get all this unloaded, we'll go hook up. Dang, almost perfect. That's the first time in a while this thing's been off its stands in the front. I think we're gonna have to raise that tongue up a little bit, but we'll see what it looks like when we pull it out of here. Well, that is the first time that trailer has left that spot, as you can see by the dead grass, and I don't know, I'd have to look back to when I had the 7.3, but a long time. Probably because we've been building the truck for 6 months since we got it, and we were kind of on and off through that. So probably 8 months, a year, a long time. So here she is. I mean, it definitely pulled it empty effortlessly. No problems at all, getting it out and up the hill. Definitely want to go up some with the tongue, bring the front up some. It's a little nose down right now. So I think I'm gonna do that real quick, adjust that, get it where I want it, and then we'll load the car in it. But look at that, boys. Oh, this is an exciting moment. Finally gonna be able to tow the big trailer again. All right, I got it raised up to pretty much the right amount. It's a tiny bit nose high. It might come down a little bit once I've got all the tires and stuff up there. Really Stoked on how the truck handled it suspension-wise, though. I guess we're just touching the overload springs. Or no, not really. The back is, but the front's not. But that's good. My my 7.3 truck that I towed the trailer with a couple times and was like, this is not gonna work. It would squat like a foot or more with the trailer on it. It could not handle it. So pulling it up the hill, it felt great. So we're gonna back it up, get it in a good position, load a car in it, go hit the road, see how it tows it. Yeah, anyway, let's get to it. Too much tongue weight's usually better than not enough, for sure. But the gooseneck doesn't seem to be as crucial. The problem is this, you get to the point where you're like almost touching the front bumper with the strap. It's probably about where it needs to be. Car is loaded in the trailer. Man, it's been a while since I've loaded a car in this thing. It feels nice, I must say. Having it enclosed is sick. For those of you who don't know, I've had this trailer for a while. I got it kind of around the time I finished the LS Miata. I used it for a bit, and then I struggled trying to find a diesel truck I was happy with, and then I decided to build the Fummins build. And when we embarked on that journey, I got the Little Green Ripper, my regular cab short bed 1500, so that's got a 6.0 and a 4L80 swap. So it honestly tows really good. The reason I got a single cab was because, you know, it was just a temporary tow rig. The plan now that the Fummins is essentially done is to turbo it. Do like turbo LS setup, just street truck burnouts, fun, daily kind of deal. So anyway, it's been a while since I have towed with this thing. Like, been a while since towed with it, loaded it, etc. But this is the inside of it. So we've got 8-foot cabinets down here. I added these little top cabinets. These are pretty handy. Most of the stuff's taken out of it because it goes in my bags now that I have to load in the truck and bring to events. Got a toolbox, still has some tools in it. Again, most of these are in my tool bag now, except for the big heavy stuff. But I'm really excited to go back to using this setup because I can have all my tools organized in here at all times. I can have all my spare parts, my miscellaneous wiring stuff, all that stuff in here and organized. I can leave all the non-dead tires in here. I can leave the jack in here, you know? It's just so much simpler just being able to, I forgot I have oil in here. Like a freaking brand new 5-quart. Oh, that's 040, that's for the other car. It's just nice to be able to have everything in here ready to go. I'm always torn on the enclosed versus open debate. And having done both back and forth, it's a tough call. Open is a lot simpler. You can stop at any gas station. It's way easier on the truck. You don't need as crazy of a truck. It's easier to tow, it's easier to deal with. But you know, you have to pack everything in the truck and load and unload every time you use it. So they have their advantages and their disadvantages, but anyway, enough jibber jabbering. Let's warm the truck up, go tow this thing, see how it goes. It's a pretty sight though, boys. Fummins build hooked up to the big trailer. The whole reason I built this truck was to tow this trailer, or a trailer like this. I do have a slight problem. My tow haul mode's not working. So when I first put the tow haul mode tune on was before the first trip, no trailer. Didn't work when I left. Halfway there, I messed, like clicked it again, worked. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I think it worked on the way back. Then when I went to take the open to OSW, didn't work the whole way there. Shortly after I left on the way home, I clicked it on and it worked. So it's like it randomly works and randomly doesn't work. I'm not really sure what the deal is. I mean, the nice thing is with the gooseneck, we can turn pretty sharp. As far as starting and stopping goes at the moment, feels like it's not even back there. Oh god, we're gonna have to go this way around the tree. Our driveway's pretty ruined. Brakes are working good. Suspension wise, feels good so far. The worst part is getting out of my driveway. It's a pretty tight opening, so you gotta swing like double, triple wide. You gotta swing out like a freaking semi. And go basically across the street. With it. It worked. I'm having tow haul mode's gonna kind of suck. It's kind of doing its thing pretty well, honestly. Oh man, dude, it tows it like freaking nothing. Nothing. I mean, that's the hardest part, starting and stopping like that. Dude, it feels like it's not even there. I mean, obviously it feels like it's there to some extent, but like definitely feels like it tows it easier than my old truck did. Oh, we're barely gonna make the light. Got it. I don't want to romp on it too hard without tow haul on. Like quarter throttle acceleration, and I can give it a little more once we get into the higher gears and the converter locks. You don't want to romp on it down at low RPM, which is why it'd be nice to have the tow haul mode on, because it would hold this gear. We'd just now be shifting into this gear. But yeah, now that we're up above 1800, we can give it a little sauce. Oh, dude, like it's freaking not even there. Like it's its day job. Towing this big trailer. Like that's quarter throttle. We're just accelerating to 65, no problem. Want to go 70? Quarter throttle. And it's so smooth. Suspension like bumps wise, steering wise, like it is freaking silky smooth. Oh, it's so good. Oh, this is exactly what I dreamed of when I built this truck. I wanted it to tow like this, like it's like just effortlessly be able to tow this trailer around. Because trying to tow this thing with the 7.3 was just a nuisance, man. It was like it would take you like a mile to get the thing up to the speed limit. Dude, like so much power. That's just part throttle acceleration. Now we're going 73, 74. My speedo's off, I figured out. I mean, it holds the speed just fine, too. Like, it honestly doesn't feel that much different than the open. I guess, like, acceleration from a stop it does. As far as, like, cruising power, cruising feel, like the way the truck feels with the trailer, effortless. That's like a half throttle, and I can accelerate to 80. I love it. I love it. We got some shakes at this speed. I guess we'll go into the racetrack, see how it is maneuvering around gas pumps and such. Oh, but dude, this feels so good. Feels so good. The gearing's going to be solid with the bigger tires. It's going to be perfect for running this trailer. See if our tow haul works. Still not working. Dang it. Like I said, that's definitely a bit of a downfall. Like right now, we would have shifted down a gear. Trailer brakes rip. Truck brakes rip with the trailer brakes. This is the most effortless it's ever been for me to tow this trailer. My Dodge towed it pretty well, and this is significantly easier in every way. The dually feels a lot more stable. Steering feels good. Suspension feels good. Temp, we're at 190. She's been at 190 this whole time. Dude, what a unit, man. Oh, so stoked on this thing. So stoked on this thing. It's exactly what I wanted. You know, and it's so nice and new inside, and freaking little things about this truck and having a newer vehicle, because I've never had a newer vehicle. Because I don't like finance. I never finance anything. Like at night, when you unlock it, all the lights turn on. So when it's hooked up to the trailer lights come on. You know, running lights come on. All the lights come on. And you walk up to your truck, it's all lit up. You can see things. Like, I don't know. It's just little simple things like that that are implemented into new vehicles that just make them feel so much nicer. It still smells like. I figured out there's a smell. I thought it was the windshield cleaner. Or windshield glue, and it's not. It's this diesel fuel additive I put under the seat, and it leaked. See how it is to rip up in here. Take this. Oh, there's this huge bump. I mean, this will be a good test, honestly. See if the trailer hits. This is kind of a crappy gas station to try to stop with a big enclosed. It's single pumps, but I was a little curious how I was going to feel towing this trailer. I haven't towed it in a long time. Put so many miles on towing this trailer that it really doesn't feel bad at all. It's like you remember what to do and how to do it. I'm gonna have to back out of this spot though. I cut that a little too tight. Alright, let's get some fuel. Well, we got 12.3 miles to the gallon towing the open trailer. 15.8 gallons, 195 miles. Yeah, really not bad. I mean, a few of those miles are towing this thing, but that's pretty good for the gearing and the high RPM we were at. If we can get those RPMs down, it'll be a lot better. Or at least a little better. Curious what it'll be towing this. My old truck, I 10-ish, maybe 11 if I was lucky. All right, let's hit the road. I put my seatbelt on, don't worry. I'm a seatbelt wearing guy. It's just been a while since I've maneuvered this trailer in a tight space. It does so good though. It's a really easy trailer to pull. This thing so good, effortless to accelerate up to speed. So the gearing, I could probably put 373s with the tires and be perfect on the highway, but for the speeds I like to go. But this speed, when you're doing, you know, 55, 60, it would be gutless. I mean, I guess I could drop down a gear, but I think with the tire change, the gears we have will be a good all-around gear. Going up a hill, tiny bit more throttle, not losing any speed. And we're in the tow mode. We're not in like the street tune, we're not in the race tune, we're in the tow mode. Tow tune. It's effortless. Otherwise, there's a shake, but I plan on doing semi-wheels anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about getting these tires balanced. Dude, this is so good. This is so good. This is exactly what I wanted. Like, cause when you're driving, you know, people, when I have my 7.3 truck, like, you can totally tow that trailer with that. Like, it's fine. Yes, you can. You can absolutely tow that trailer with that truck. I did it, but it was horrible. It was horrible. The thing's uncomfortable. It's bouncing down the road. You're freaking flooring it to get up to speed. You're half throttle, 3/4 throttle just to maintain speed. You know, and when you're doing that for an hour each way, not a big deal. But if you're trying to drive like that for freaking 1,000 miles cross country, you know, like the trips I make to Texas for drifting competitions, like, it's horrible. It's horrible. I mean, that is the whole, like, reasoning for me building a truck like this, comfortably tow a trailer a long distance, you know? Because I make the drives like 100% myself. And it's so much easier if you're comfortable. If you have the power to keep your speed up a hill and you're not trying to plan every downhill speed to make sure you make it up the next hill, like, that stuff is so stressful and it makes driving so exhausting. Whereas, like, you have the power to, like, pass somebody if you need it. Like, that's quarter throttle. How much? 29%. That's 29% throttle. We're accelerating up a hill. It's like closer to half, 30%. Felt like half. We're doing 70 now from 60. At 35% throttle for, what was that, a few seconds? Like, this is it, man. I'm sorry, I've been talking a lot, but like, this is the truck I've always wanted. And at the end of the day, we've got a Cummins engine. That, if we need to do injectors in, it's an afternoon's work. Head gasket, we would probably have to pull the cab on, but still easier than doing a V8 just because we have head studs. Still easier to do it a V8. Temps are perfect. The same exact temps that it is when we tow the open trailer. Yeah, truck brakes are freaking awesome. Trailer brakes are awesome. Man, this is better than I hoped it would be at towing this trailer. Ideally, this is a 36 foot. For me, for what I have in the trailer and take with me and stuff, like, I really would like a 32 foot gooseneck, but I definitely don't want to get away from a gooseneck because they tow so much better. So much more maneuverable. But let's see if tow haul though. I think it's this switch. Alright, this is the tricky part. thought we were gonna hit the mailbox, but we made it. Yeah, 32 foot would be my ideal trailer size, but again, I'd like to stay gooseneck for sure. Yep, absolutely did not even care. Didn't even care about that trailer. I said, what trailer? Do you have a trailer? I was unaware that you had a trailer. Dude, hell yeah, guys, hell yeah. That's awesome. Temps already went back down to 194. Like, temps have been consistent. Everything's been consistent. One thing we need to do is fix our intake air temp. We have just the filter in the engine bay right now. I've got a stock airbox coming for like the cold air fender draw intake, like to draw air from the fender area. And I'll have to cut it up and make that cone filter work in there. That's one. I mean, there's things to do still, but I mean, she's pretty much done. She just towed the big trailer with the car in it like it wasn't even there. Like, I hate when people say that because you definitely feel it. But like minimal effort, it did fine. It could get up to speed, quarter throttle, no problems. I'm stoked, man. That's exactly what I wanted this truck to be able to do, and it's doing it no problem. While maintaining all the creature comforts, we got the AC blasting right now. Man, I can't even express how happy I am with this truck. Like, I can't even begin to describe it. I mean, I considered long and hard getting rid of the enclosed trailer, going back to an open trailer permanently, because there was just, I could not find a diesel truck that didn't have some major pitfall. The Dodges have the transmission issues, the Fords have the engine issues, and then the Duramaxes are super hard to work on, and I like being able to work on my stuff myself. I like the idea of being able to fix my truck if I break down halfway across the country. Like, I don't know, that's just how I am, right? Anyway, it's just one of those things. Like, I tried pretty much everything, and none of them really like ticked all the boxes and did everything I wanted them to do without going to like a new 6.7 Ford truck and spending 25-30 grand. And I just couldn't bring myself to do that, to have a truck that I can't work on myself. So anyway, moral of the story is there was a dream to build this truck, then the action of building it, and then the hope that it was going to perform like I thought it would, and it did, and it does, you know? Literally towed this trailer freaking effortlessly. So I am so stoked, man. I am so stoked. I cannot wait to put some more miles on it. Obviously, there's more testing to do. We got to take a long trip. We got to take any trip with the trailer more than, 5 miles down the road. But so far, she has done incredibly well, and I couldn't be happier. So we still got more to do, more aesthetic stuff, interior stuff, things like that. But for now, I mean, it's running, it's driving, it's made a couple trips. Like, what more could you ask for? So anyway, I guess we're going to go ahead and end it here. I'll see you guys for the next one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Goodbye.